I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're delving into the intriguing world of ESP with a terrific author, a terrific guy, one of my favorite guests, a repeat guest. His name is Howard Dunn, and he has penned a powerful book. It is called Why ESP. He has also written another book that we're going to talk about today, We Do ESP, The Life of a Woman in Turmoil. Both these books are intriguing reads, compelling reads, real page turners that will inform you about what you might not know about extrasensory perception, ESP. So good to see you on our show today. Thank you for joining me, Howard.
Lovely to be here. Thank you, Logan.
Tell us a little bit about your new book, Why ESP. Give us an overview, if you would.
It's actually an autobiography telling you my side of the story. Basically, I've been through a lot with this woman, and I've explained about the woman and the various people that are offending her. But I'm told in my side of the story, so I've decided to get down and tell you a bit more about my side and my life, what my life entails.
Well, I think that's important, and I'm glad you're getting the word out there. You've basically been haunted by this woman for years, right? She's
Exa-
really just tracks you and is kind of invaded your life.
Exactly. She's connected to me to the point I can't do a thing about it. Every sin of my life is affected by her, but unfortunately, she's gone to the other side. She's
Mm,
basically having to do what they tell her to do,
mm.
and I feel there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, yeah. Tell the folks at home who didn't see our previous interview how you
Mhm.
got into contact with this woman and what she has done to your life.
Right. When I was very, very young, I mean, I'm talking about 4 years old, I noticed I went gaga and I heard actual crying of a baby. To cut a
Mm,
long story short, when I was 4 years old, which I felt very strange, I went catatonic, I couldn't speak. Then, when I was able to, my brother was with me, who was a little bit older than me at the time, and I asked him, "Did you hear that?"
mm,
And he said, "Yes." But I'm not sure whether he knew what I was talking about, but I did explain to him.
mm,
Basically, from then, I've always wondered what that was about, and it got worse and worse and worse to the point where I found out eventually, but to my detriment,
mm.
that the woman connected to me was gonna basically ruin my life. She has got in the way of everything I've done, and she's affected it in ways where you wouldn't believe.
It's amazing. Give us a couple of examples of what she's done to, upend your life. How she
Uh,
basically haunts you and, like I said, invades your every moment.
well, I'm connected to her to the point I feel what she feels with the regards touch and feel. I hear what she hears. I can smell what she smells, and so on and so forth. She is at the moment connected to four assailants that have invaded her apartment, her flat.
Mm,
They live there with her now, actually torturing her. And when they torture her, I feel it.
yeah.
Now, while I'm feeling what they're putting her through, she's coming up to a degree. Coming up, we call it, but basically, when the senses are heightened, she comes up to 100%, for instance, and
Mm,
I feel everything what she's going through. Because she's forced to do what they ask her to do or what they force her to do, I have to go through everything. But with them hating me, they put her through so many various different things like stabbing her, burning her, and various things like that,
mm.
um, to try and upset my life and put my life in disarray.
Yeah.
that I have to just accept it. So I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
When it's just happening all the time. She's coated, I don't know if I can say this on this program, but she's coated in feces,
Huh.
and she's been rid of all her garments, all her clothes, and everything. So basically, they're trying to make me have a cold. They're trying to kill us off on the quiet. Um, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's a situation where nobody should go through. It's like a life sentence without knowing what you've done wrong.
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Have you ever sought any help? Is there someone who might be able to help you with this? Might be
I've,
able to help rid you of this presence?
yes, believe it or not, the mental health people have been in contact with me. I've been in touch with the police. I've gone through the right angles to try and get things sorted about it, but there's nothing nobody can actually do about it until they actually found which flat that she lives in, which is practically impossible. I know that she lives in Brent in London.
Mhm.
Um, and regarding the assailants, the four, they stay in. They don't go anywhere now.
Mm.
They're locked in the flat with her so that they can continually torture her. They're on drugs that you wouldn't believe. They're full of drugs all the time, heroin, cocaine, and marijuana.
Oh,
And they basically take that and stay up all night and all day, sleep very rarely, and torture us and want us to stay awake so that they can torture us and put us through what they want to put us through.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. It must be a lot of torment. Is she with you right now? Is she interfering with you as you try to speak with us today?
She's tried to lead the conversation, but I don't. I've got better and better in putting her off what she's trying to do through me.
Good. So
Um,
a little self-discipline, you're able to drive her out a little bit?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And from since we last spoke, I've been able to do it a lot better and more so.
Mm.
The difficulty is that while I'm talking and while I'm trying to put her off, they want to be involved in my life. So they're stabbing her up more and they're burning her more as we speak.
Mm. Horrible, horrible. It sounds like sheer torment. Writing this book, what do you hope readers take away from this book? What do you hope they learn?
And what I hope they learn is that basically ESP is something that could be good or it can be evil.
Mhm.
I've tried to keep it as the good because I've seen the best out of it. We could have done very well regarding money, we could have done very well regarding people and help other people put them straight on a few incidents that go on in the lives of other people who have been affected with the same thing. But because of the situation being that she's trapped in her own flat, she can't go nowhere. She decided not to join with me and come out of her situation. She decided to stay there and take on what they was doing to her, and thinking that she could make money from them instead of make money from doing the good things in ESP that she could have done. She got greedy, basically.
Exactly, exactly. She's using it for negative forces rather than positive forces. If the
Exactly.
powers are harnessed the right way, it can be really a force for good, don't you think?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Now,
exactly.
now, Logan. Um, she was offered a situation where she could have come out via the police's help.
Mhm,
She had a train ride that she could have took from London to Lincoln,
mhm,
where they would have watched the whole journey, and there were armed police as well. This is the transport police. They could have got her to Lincoln so that she could have explained her situation and explained what's happened in her life up until that point. And this is we're talking over 15 years ago now.
mm.
Um, but she decided to accept what they said to her, and they offered her money a lot of money to stay there with them. Now, I offered a chance to make money through compensation through various other methods, and she decided to turn me down.
Mm.
Now, this is what I'm saying. She did it for evil, and I was trying to get the best out of her.
Yeah. Exactly. It seems like you've done everything you possibly can to take a
Mhm.
bad situation and make it right. But it
Exactly.
sounds like her tormentors just won't let that happen, right?
That's right. And I knew that was going to happen. So I advised her previous to that that she'd get only one chance. And if she took that chance, she could do very, very well for herself. But
Mm.
up until that point, she was goading me on as if she believed in what I was telling her. Up until that point, I believed that, so I explained more of what could happen in her life. They got jealous, she got stupid, and I just got the brunt of it. As I say, it's like a life sentence without knowing what I've done wrong. Now, their hierarchy, sorry, a female and a bloke, I don't know if they're married or not, actually run the crew. They worship the devil and they run them four. They employed the four. They wash their clothes every week. They feed them every day. Now they live close to me. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if there was that close
Mm.
as in next door. But they run the whole situation because they couldn't make money out of me. They've tortured me from day one. They've Over the years, I've had record collections disappear from the nightclubs that I worked at.
Mm.
I've had various situations where I feel entrapment is all I'll say, without getting myself into more trouble. But entrapment is the situation here.
Yeah.
Um, Now their hierarchy are sly. They know what they're doing, but they're letting the four take the brunt of the problem and dealing with her as if she's some type of idiot,
Hmm.
and they're just using her to affect myself.
Amazing. Well, we're glad you're coming out with this record of what's happened to spread the word, to share it to others, not to
Mhm.
fall prey to this type of situation. Howard
Uh,
Dunn has penned two powerful books. The most recent that is out right now is called Why ESP. He has also written another book called We Do ESP, The Life of a Woman in Turmoil. The book uncovers the trials faced by a woman misunderstood by those around her, manipulated around her, and how ESP is being used to hurt Howard and hurt this woman. And it's an urgent cry for help. And these books are very, very highly recommended. Howard, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, Logan.
I appreciate your time and I wish you well, my friend. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.